because you, like me, forget things. And this is great. I love the fact you've forgotten this, because I had forgotten that I told you about it and then forgot that I didn't mention it recently. My apologies. So in number 5, how are we doing with the distribution? You got the distribution? So you know what values are going in for the distribution? So you got 9640. I gave that one to you. Now do you see why it's 9640? 10,000 bucks, but you have to offset with the 360. It's just like the -1 up here for the ante. So therefore, what would the income be for living but becoming disabled?
1640.
I love that, 1640. I'm going to do this with you while you guys are doing it up here. Oops. That's a beautiful bell curve. All right. Okay, so we got 9640, 1640. How about what's my income if I neither die nor become disabled?
Negative.
Very good. It's got to be -360 because I paid the 360 that year and then I went ahead and didn't die, so I lost the 360. So I paid for the privilege of not dying. So from an insurance point of view, right? From an insurance point of view, this is why actuaries are very... Well, anyway, let's stop right there. Fair enough? Okay. Now, the chances of all these things happening, 2 of them are given to you, 1 is calculatable from those things, right? The chance of me dying, 0.00269, is that right? Yeah. Okay, let me erase these. We don't need these right now. There we go. The chance of, I haven't put it in yet. The chance of me living but becoming disabled is the 12%, yes? Fair enough so far? What goes here?
1 minus the first.
Good answer, good general answer. 1 minus the other 2, right? Remember, this is a probability distribution. That means these have to add up to 100%. So that number right there has to be 1 minus 0.12 minus 0.00269, which is your 87.731%. Is that fair enough?
Yep.
There you go. You now know the distribution. You now know how to gamble with my life. I mean, essentially speaking, this is what the insurance company is doing, is gambling with my life. It comes back to the question that Linda asked. How come they can pay you 10,000 bucks for this policy? Why not 20,000? Why not 30,000? Why are they charging you 360? Why not 400? Why not 300? Here's why. The average tells you why, right? Eric, you've already kind of nodded this with your answer to the last one. Did you guys run the average? One of our stats, L1, L2? Now, I want to take a small pause right now and explain these 2 sort of Greek, literally Greek symbols that are on here. I apologize. I stuck these on. We mentioned them weeks ago and haven't talked about them much. This is the average and the standard deviation. But it's the average and the standard deviation of the population. It's the Greek letters, which means it's the population average and population standard deviation. How dare I? Well, we have the entire population we're talking about. We're talking about all the population of 39-year-olds and whether they died or not last year. We know these numbers. So that mu is the same thing as this X bar. The TI will never call it mu, FYI. I don't know why, it just doesn't. So X bar, that 93.1, means on average, I lose $93 every year I have this policy. On average, I lose 93 bucks. How can I lose 93 bucks? I either lose 360, gain 1640, or gain 9640. How can I average a $93 loss?
If you're not sick.
But how can I average a weird number like 93?
At some point you'll die.
Oh, good! Thank you, Kevin, for that reminder. As the gray hair pops out. Right now, this year, somebody is dying, or somebody has died that had this policy, correct? And they fell into that first category of 0.00269. As a matter of fact, out of 100,000 people, 269 of them died. Right? Out of 100,000 people, 12,000 became disabled, and the rest of them didn't die or become disabled. If you average all of those payouts, it averages to negative $93. Some of them made 10,000, some of them made 2,000, most of them lost 360, but it averages to negative 93, just like this one averaged to negative 45. Just like this one averaged to negative 45. It's the same exact analysis, except on different outcomes. So your standard deviation, just write this down and then never talk about it again. It's huge, right? $823. The hugeness of that standard deviation is just testimony to how skewed the distribution actually is. It's a ridiculously skewed distribution. Everything in it is outliers except for the negative 360. It's not even worth talking about. I wanted to give you an extra point somewhere, so I just said, write the standard deviation down. Give you a point. Doesn't actually tell you anything useful. The average does, though, because the insurance company knows what that average is. As long as it's negative, they're making money. Now, insurance companies catch a lot of flack from the public, constantly, right? But I got a very good reason why that has to be negative. And not for a non-ethical reason. Why does it have to be negative? So they have money to pay out for those that need it. It's an insurance company. They have to collect money in to put into the pot to pay out for those that need it. And this is not the only kind of policy they have. This is one time for a 39-year-old $10,000 life insurance, but there's many other kinds of policies. They probably all share a common pot to some degree that they have to transfer in and out of. They also have employees that work for them. They have to pay their salaries. They have power bills to pay. They have utilities to pay. So that has to be negative, right? If that's a positive value, then they're getting state subsidized somehow. In which case, then you start questioning why. So does that make sense? Insurance companies do catch a lot of flack. Sometimes it's justified, sometimes it's not. The fact that that is negative is a necessity, in my opinion. That fair? Cool? Ask me questions right now before we go any further. Please! Oh my goodness, let's see. Let's see. For the rest of you, skip over questions 6, 7, and 8. Don't worry about those. Go right to number 9. 6, 7, and 8 were one of those things that you have time and you're interested and you're bored and you need to fall asleep, read those. Go right to number 9 and start there. Well, let me just see. You're telling me $85. That's a hell of a deal. I'd love to average $538 a year for this company. Just change it. Hot damn. Isn't that incredible? One little sign. Freaking amazing. This is why actuaries make 6 figures every year. Make sure you don't drop negative signs. Yeah. Actuaries make ridiculous amounts of money year to year. I'm not saying it's a job I could do, just because my head would explode, but